Breaking news coming in. The BJP has tweeted Arundhati Roy's interview in which she has slammed the Modi government. The BJP in its tweet has come out and said that Arundhati Roy is making every attempt to put down India globally. It has also come out and said that it is appalling to see her denigrate India this way. We also have that interview with us, but let's once again tell you that the BJP currently has slammed Arundhati Roy for denigrating India, for slamming the government and for fear-mongering. In this interview, she goes on to say that minorities in India are suffering. This also comes at a time when we're witnessing a crackdown on the anti-India gang. And then, yes, that interview once again with the BJP has come out and slammed. We have our associate editor. We also, like we told you, the BJP has slammed that interview. BJP Sambit Patra there has gone out and has slammed Arundhati Roy. In his tweet, he says, and I quote, "While under Modi's leadership, India becomes a major economic player, it's appalling and saddening to see some of our own citizens denigrate the image of their country with such pride. Arundhati Roy puts down India internationally." That's the tweet there by the BJP. They have also tweeted an excerpt of that interview that Arundhati Roy has given abroad. We have our associate editor Aditya Rajkol joining us. Aditya, you've seen that interview. You've tracked what Arundhati Roy has been saying over the years. At this point of time, the BJP has come out and has slammed Arundhati Roy. If you could take our viewers through the details of that interview that has now become a big talking point.
In fact, Sagarika, not just, derogatory language against India and Prime Minister Modi, but Arundhati Roy has been caught lying in that video. Republic TV had also accessed this video now that the BJP has also tweeted and slammed Arundhati Roy, the so-called activist who has made a career out of abusing India and using, all kind of illogical things against India. What I want to point out is that she has not just abused and, slammed Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the country, but she has also lied. She says that there was a rape that took place in Kashmir. We know that the Kathua rape happened in Kathua, in Jammu. But these are the lies that are being propagated by the likes of Arundhati Roy, who continuously abuse India, who continuously make a career out of the propaganda and the rhetoric against their own nation. They may be living themselves in, huge mansions. They might be earning lakhs and lakhs of, money. But on the other hand, instead of praising our forces, instead of, standing by our country, even though there could be ideological differences, these are the activists who have continuously abused India. And now this is a major political controversy at a time when the Maharashtra police has arrested at least 5 Maoist sympathizers. We've been reporting on that exclusively since early morning. Now the BJP hitting out at Arundhati Roy. She has given out an interview to the BBC, which the BJP has also tweeted. In that interview, she says that the Muslim community in India is being ghettoized. She says that the violence in India is terrifying. And then she goes on to say, you heard about the rape that happened in Kashmir and hundreds protested for the same. Now, Miss Arundhati Roy, that's not true. The rape happened in Kathua. There were protests not just in J&K but across the country. Republic TV had also campaigned for justice in that case. And finally, the perpetrators were arrested. There is a mechanism of judiciary in India. There is a full, mechanism of law and justice in India. Why not trust it? There are several cases that have happened and justice has been served. But the likes of Arundhati Roy have made careers out of abusing India, abusing the Indian constitution, and in fact the government as well. And that's what has been caught in this video. The BJP instigating a massive debate, slamming Arundhati Roy for in fact raising questions on the country from international soil.
Absolutely, Aditya, and this is not the first time we've heard her even slam the forces earlier. And this interview we are talking about, this is to an international channel, like you were saying. It's an interview given to the BBC, which the BJP currently has tweeted. And, the words that she's used against the Prime Minister, basically the whole idea is to not just denigrate India, but also to paint a wrong picture of India. Like you were saying, there have been factual inaccuracies in this very interview of Arundhati Roy. And this comes in the backdrop of a crackdown on the anti-India gang, like you were mentioning, Aditya, the activists, the so-called activists who've come out and who've made their careers out of just slamming India, denigrating India, painting a wrong picture of India on the global stage.
That's right, Sagarika. At Republic TV, we've been exposing those anti-national elements, those who have been abusing the country, those who have been abusing the Indian constitution and do not believe in the same. While they may be on Indian passports, they may be enjoying the perks of the Indian government. On the other side, they continuously abuse India. The so-called Tukde gang of the JNU and other places across India has been a habitual offender of the same. And now, on a day when 5 Maoist sympathizers have been arrested for instigating violence in Bhima Koregaon in Maharashtra a few months ago. Now comes this tweet from the Bharatiya Janata Party, the ruling party in India, slamming Arundhati Roy, the so-called activist who has made a career out of abusing the country, be it the Kashmir issue, be it the Maoist issue, or any other subject that has found mention in her books and in her essays in international publications. This is a recent interview she gave 2 days ago to an international channel, the BBC, in which she has again said that the violence in India is terrifying. This is basically a case of fear-mongering. There may not be any kind of a logic in the statements that Arundhati Roy has made, but again, she's continuously abusing India. She's continuously giving a wrong image of India. This could have larger implications, not just with tourism, but the kind of perception that she is trying to build across the world for her own ulterior vested interests and motives. We know what the motive of Arundhati Roy really is. Her career would be in danger if she does not abuse India. So certainly, she may be living in a mansion in central Delhi, but her own career is based on abusing the country and the Indian constitution. In this video as well, she says that the violence is terrifying. She continuously slams Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the policies of the BJP government. Not just that, she gives a wrong picture of the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir by saying that rape did not happen in Kathua near Jammu, but instead in Kashmir, so that, the Kashmir violence could increase, because she also does not want any kind of peace or ceasefire in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. So such are the narrow and vested interests of the likes of Arundhati Roy, who may be worshipped in Pakistan. But here in India, there are some significant questions that are being raised against Arundhati Roy. And certainly, isn't it time that the likes of Arundhati Roy should apologize to the Indians and the feelings, emotions of the Indians that have been hurt by this interview?
Absolutely, Aditya, stay with us. We have Amit Malviya of the BJP joining us on this broadcast. Amit Malviya, we've seen how the BJP has come out and has tweeted this interview of Arundhati Roy. Your party colleague has gone out and said that Arundhati Roy has pulled down India internationally. Your first comments to that interview of Arundhati Roy?
Very disappointing that people like Arundhati Roy choose to go and speak with international media and misrepresent what is happening in the country. She's tried to malign the country purely because of political reasons. She's tried to blow out stray instances and make them look like this is the situation that is in India. If you look at the interview, she in fact sounds so sympathetic to the other examples that the interviewer quoted, and her single point agenda remained to undermine the current dispensation. If you have political differences, you are free to voice your opinion. India is a free country, it's a democratic country. Everyone has a voice here. But when you go abroad and you make these broad generalizations, make sweeping statements, which somewhere bring down the overall perception of the country, then you're doing a disservice. And it also seems you are perhaps working at the behest of people who are inimical to India's interests.
Mr. Amit Malviya, you make a point there. You're saying you're working at the behest of some other elements. What are you hinting at, Mr. Malviya?
I'm not quite sure who are the people behind her motivation to go out and do things like this, but it seems that there is an orchestrated campaign to malign India's reputation globally, and she's only adding to that. It is only a matter of time that we will know who were the people behind it, what is the kind of role the people like Arundhati Roy and others have had in the whole process.
All right, thank you, Mr. Malviya, for joining us on this broadcast. The BJP there slamming Arundhati Roy, even coming out and saying that there could be certain people behind the likes of Arundhati Roy who are currently spinning an orchestrated campaign to put down India, to denigrate India. Aditya continues to stay with us. Aditya, talking about this interview, for viewers who haven't watched it, if you could take us through the contents of this interview, and if you could talk about the points that Arundhati Roy put out and how she went ahead and slammed India, slammed the government.
promoting her book in such a manner where she has continuously slammed India, and her name has risen all across the globe only because she is seen as a critic of the Indian government and somebody who is a dissenter. Now, that may not be entirely true because her entire bases are not based on facts or any kind of logic, because in this interview that she has given to an international channel, the BBC, a couple of days ago, she again continues to paint a wrong picture of India. This is again a case of fear-mongering by the usual suspects, and Arundhati Roy hasn't said anything different from what the Tuk Day gang or the Award Wapsi Brigade has been saying over the last 4 years. They've been trying to paint a wrong picture of India, saying that the minorities are in danger, as if, there is some kind of violence erupting all across the country. You and I know, Sagarika, in Delhi and Mumbai and across the country, there is freedom, there is democracy, there is secularism all across the country. There isn't any kind of violence. There might be some stray incidents of violence where the local police, the investigators and the courts are the best judge how to tackle that situation. And of course the government at large as well.
And this violence, Aditya, today we've seen a crackdown on the perpetrators of the violence, Aditya, isn't it? The members of this anti-India gang are facing a crackdown for instigating caste clashes. We've also seen how the BJP has raised this interview of Arundhati Roy, a big political controversy, breaking first here on Republic.